April 2026. A federal courtroom in Newark, New Jersey. Grieving parents line up to give victim. The company pleads guilty. It pays a $250 million criminal fine, but the family that owned it, worth an estimated $11 billion, has never been criminally charged with anything. This is the story of Purdue Pharma, the Sackler family, and OxyContin, and how a company can go to prison. Purdue Pharma was a private, family-owned pharmaceutical company controlled by the Sackler family for decades. In 1996, Purdue launched OxyContin, a powerful opioid painkiller, using a time-release formula, and the company marketed as safer and less addictive than older opioids. Purdue trained its sales representatives to tell doctors OxyContin carried a lower risk of addiction than competing painkillers, and pushed prescribers toward higher doses. Sales exploded. OxyContin generated over $35 billion in revenue over its lifetime. The Sackler family became one of the wealthiest families in America, funding museum wings and university buildings under the Sackler name. Purdue publicly described OxyContin's addiction risk as low, based on its 12-hour time-release design. In practice, prosecutors said the company knew many patients experienced the drug wearing off early, going through withdrawal symptoms before the next dose. The Justice Department's 2020 resolution found Purdue had continued to pay doctors through speaking fees and other inducements to encourage more prescriptions. As legal pressure mounted starting around 2007, the Sackler family began transferring hundreds of millions of dollars out of Purdue into family trusts. Money state investigators later argued was moved specifically to shield it from future lawsuits, years before Purdue actually filed for bankruptcy in 2019.
Purdue itself has now pleaded guilty twice to federal criminal charges. Members of the Sackler family have never been criminally charged with anything.
Purdue's first guilty plea came in 2007, when the company and 3 executives admitted to misleading the public about OxyContin's addiction risk. But the underlying sales practices reportedly continued. As overdose deaths climbed through the 2010s, thousands of lawsuits followed, from individual families and eventually from nearly every U.S. state. Facing that wave of litigation, Purdue Pharma filed for bankruptcy in September 2019. In 2021, a bankruptcy court approved a plan shielding Sackler family members personally from all future civil lawsuits. Several states objected. The fight went to the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled in June 2024 that bankruptcy law does not allow that kind of shield, throwing out the original deal entirely and sending everyone back to the negotiating table. After the Supreme Court ruling, negotiators went back to work. In January 2025, a new settlement in principle was announced. $7.4 billion total TREF, with the Sackler family personally contributing up to $7 billion of that over time, Purdue itself dissolving into a new public benefit company. That plan was formally confirmed by a bankruptcy judge in November 2025. Separately, Purdue Pharma itself was formally sentenced on federal criminal charges in April 2026, ordered to pay $225 million in fines, as part of a larger $2 billion criminal forfeiture package. But the company was sentenced. Its leaders were not. At that April 2026 hearing, grieving family members gave victim impact statements, twists, some public, some private, exactly as the court had ordered. One father who lost a family member to opioid addiction told reporters he believed this process was about protecting the Sacklers. And in the end, he said, the Sacklers were protected. No Sackler family member has ever been criminally charged. Under the settlement, they retain a substantial portion of their wealth. They pay a large sum over 15 years and are permanently barred from the opioid business forts, but face no admission of criminal wrongdoing and no prison time. A company can plead guilty. A company can pay billions. But a company doesn't go to prison, Ryan, and in this case, neither did anyone who ran it.
Subscribe. Next time, we follow a fraud where the money vanished so completely.